Hello everybody, welcome to LA Spectacular with Norma V. I'm your host Norma Vocal, and I'm here with a talented actress, writer, producer, and she just finished with her short this weekend. The other side of things, and also you did another fantastic movie, Rumba Love.
Yes.
With one of our favorite guests, Zair Montes, and you and him are
couples
great.
in the
okay,
movie.
besides that, you guys are couples, but I mean, you guys are doing awesome things. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm honored.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you know, unfortunately, I couldn't see the movie this weekend because I went to the wrong theater. I was there, but I didn't see it. But you guys are gonna see it with me, you know, once, you know, when we do the editing on the show. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, this is, I love this project because it started like, kind of like out of the blue. I wasn't like thinking or planning to write a short film, but one night, Guillermo was having a coffee with Carlos, who is the other actor in the movie, and Carlos lost his credit card. And somebody used it, you know, in like to buy food.
Oh wow!
Like in one of these convenience stores, right? And so they come and tell me the story, and Carlos said, hopefully, you know, that person really needs that food, or you know. So, and that kept me thinking, you know, and I said, it would be nice to write a story like, you know, showing different sides of a coin, right?
Yeah.
And I started playing around with the credit card, and then, you know, then I thought about doing something with kids, and to endow a meaning of, you know, believing and, you know, the power of love, and just seeing somebody else's perspectives before judging. So that's how, you know, everything started to happen. And after that, I wrote the script like in like I thought about it for like 2 days, and then I wrote it right away, and then we shot it, and then that all happened in March, and we just premiere right now. So it was super fast. Like everything happened, you know, organically. So I needed a kid, and then Jake showed up, and like, you know, like things were happening like, you know, like a blessing.
Yeah. Do you have a casting, or you just met him and then you say you're the person?
I had met him before, but and his parents had told me that he used to be like, he was training to be an actor.
Okay.
And then when I finished the film, coincidentally I happened to be in a like gathering where their parents were.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, are you still like, is your kid still like into acting?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I said, well, I have this. I don't know. Do you want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
And they were all in from the first moment.
Oh my God.
So, and of course, like I didn't know how it was going to transpire in camera, and he turned out to be the sweetest boy, smart, easygoing, talented. So it was amazing working with him.
That is such a great story, you know, because that's kind of like when you put your energy on something, and then all of a sudden everything comes together, and you're like you said, you know, you started in March, and then you already were on the film festival, and at the Chinese theater here in Hollywood. I think it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's I couldn't believe it, honestly. All the process happened so fast.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to push for it. I don't know how to explain it. It just happened. And it was beautiful because I had another actor friend of mine. I said, listen, I wrote this, and I have, you know, this role, and I would love you to play it. But again, we're shooting in California, and he's based in New York. And he wrote the script, and he said, I'm flying myself. And he flew in. So it was so, like, a lot of things in that regard happened. And like and it was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you tell, you mentioned the process of, putting the movie on the film festival. Can you tell us a little bit about that whole, how it starts, okay, yes, you have the script, and then what happens? How do you get into those film festivals for people that don't know how to do it?
Well, there is a website that conglomerates most of the festivals in the world, and they have them categorized by genre, by type of festival, and then like that's like a social media for festival. You can scroll down over there and find like, spend 3 hours figuring out how
Which
many
one?
festivals and so on. So I always I always like dances with films. I've never been there with a film.
That's the name of the film festival that you were in.
But I always liked it, and that was the first deadline that because they had deadlines to apply. So
and you have to pay.
You pay,
Okay.
yeah. You have to pay like a submission fee. It's like it depends on the festival, like from $30 to $100.
And then so you submit yourself. Do you send the film?
You send
itself?
you like the platform, the website. They have you create your project right there with all the information the festivals need, and then you upload the film there, and it's like a secure link only for the eyes of the festival, with the information like who directed it, who are the actors, and like relevant information. And then I just put it in there, and then I just select the festivals, and then I don't have to do anything else because they will go, like most festivals use this platform to submit. Okay, and
then once you submit, then
you wait.
No, I know, but is it like a from, let's say, 100 films? Then do they get the best, or
they make their selection. You never know what's
So let's say that you submit on 20 film festivals, then you might end up getting in 10 or all of them.
Yeah, you could get one or in 5 or in the 20 or like it depends. But every festival looks for something different, I guess, and all of them try to get like world premieres or like, let's say, California premiere or East Coast premiere or US premiere. So films that can provide that and that they like, have like better chances. So it's like everything in the film industry. It's just not like a straight road, right? So.
No, that's awesome that you're talking about this, because sometimes like we don't, like I didn't have an idea. Like I always thought, okay, how do you get on those film festivals? It's like, I mean, there's so many, and then all of a sudden it's like, all, like a lot of shorts, and then after that, what happens? So then you go to another festival,
usually with short films, like you don't have like a real like commercial like outlet, because you don't sell short films, right? So what you have to do is like your festival circuit and just try to like get exposure through the festivals. So you start submitting, and there are like 5,000 festivals. So you submit to to some of them, the ones you like, and you do a circuit, and that's good for you because you get the laurel and in your poster, and that's kind of like credibility that your film is good. And then, as I said, there is very little you can do with short films. There are a few platforms that take short films like as part of their content, so you can try to allocate them in there. But usually people end up just putting them on YouTube or their own sites.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but those are like kind of like proof of concepts many times for filmmakers to just prove that they can do a feature or they are ready to.
So is that one of your goals? I mean, I know you already done a feature, but is that one of your goals, that you want to become like a producer for feature films?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't produce this short with the mind like on that, like thinking that, you know, this is going to take me to this, and then, you know, I'm going to be able to show this. As I said, it was very organic, so like, and it just happened. So I'm just letting it surprise me and see where it takes me, right?
But I think from that, I think you're getting a lot of exposure, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the beauty of it. And yeah, let's see what happens.
Well, that's so awesome that you know that you're able to do what you love, because we were just talking about when you do what you love, it's like it's not work. You know,
you totally.
You're just enjoying what you're doing and showing the people, you know, that, oh my God, this is my work.
Yeah, and that's also like one of the reasons why, you know, the short happened, because it's like I love acting, I love, you know, writing, I love like the creative, you know, aspect of it. And when you do a short, it's like we can do a short film right here, the two of us, and create a beautiful and compelling story and just put it out there. You don't have to think about like how many mails I have to just, you know, receive or get or go there and look for financing to do a feature, right? So this was more like, let's, you know, train our creativity and let's do something fun, because, you know, it's short. Like you can afford it.
So for
better
people,
at least.
So for people that don't know what a short film is, how many minutes you're allowed to?
Well, there is no like a specific amount of time. You have short films that are 3 minutes, and some of them could be 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
But you know, I think they are like shorts all the way until 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But certain festivals only, you know, accept until 20 minutes or whatever.
Oh, okay.
There are people that says or that suggest not to do a long, you know, short, because then like to schedule it in the programming becomes complicated.
It's gonna be complicated, yeah.
So, but you know, there's no rules. Like we had in our block, we had 13, 16, 3 minutes, 20 minutes. So it was like a little bit of everything.
That's so cool. So can you talk to us a little bit about your upbringing?
What do you want to?
I mean, you know, how'd you get into this, the acting and, you know, producing and writing?
Well, I don't even know, to be honest. Okay, so I'm just trying to summarize the story because it's too long. But anyway, I started as an actress in Venezuela, in my country, when I was young, and I was doing a lot of telenovelas.
Oh, see.
Soap operas. And I was doing like mostly that.
Yeah.
Then I moved to Colombia and I started to do more films and, you know, continue like acting mainly. And then I moved to Mexico.
Oh, wow. What part of Mexico?
Mexico City.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I started to get involved in producing because I was kind of like, okay, I want to have control, right?
Exactly.
And when you're an actor, you're just like, you know, at the disposition of your agent. You know, you're lucky if you have a good one, but if you're not having a good agent, or if you're not lucky, or if you know what I mean, so many things and variables.
Yeah.
So you're like just waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
So I think that's how like it all started. I wanted to know more, and I got involved in productions in the producer side.
Okay.
And just in an attempt to have control over my career, basically. And that's how I started. And then I ended up in the U.S. and there was a time where I was producing way more than acting. Yeah, so the balance went to the other side. Okay. And then at some point I was like, oh, okay, wait a second, let's, you know, balance
really
this up.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now it's like I love both. So I love acting, I love producing, but what I really love the most is when I can act and I have control because I'm the producer.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the best to me, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also, it has its challenges because then like I'm wearing this producer's hat when I'm acting and that's not good because, you know, you need to focus on the character, and, you know, and then I'm seeing that, you know,
Like
the
you
camera guy, he's
that.
moving like he's asking for somebody, and I have the answer, and but I'm here, but I want to be there. So it's like that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
And then writing became like, I still have trouble saying that I'm a writer because I've done it like I've written like 3 scripts.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good.
So it's like, well, I feel that I'm still a work in progress with the writing.
Yeah.
But it also started, you know, it started with this short film, the previous one that I was mentioning, that we did it as an exercise. And it was like, let's rehearse, let's like have fun.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And that was before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
what did you do during pandemic?
During the pandemic.
I know, like everybody else, you know, like.
Well, I was based in New York, and I escaped to Mexico, and I ended up in Acapulco. So
the whole year?
6 months
in
2020. Yeah. So I ended up. I was blessed. We were like, okay, we're locked down, and so let's do a web series, and we were shooting a web series with our phones.
Yeah,
so like, it's like we tried not to be like on the verge of the news and like stressed out about it. So we were like, we had rules like no news, like what's important we'll know, like people will let us know, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But you know, we tried to not get like the stress, you know, because the situation was already bad.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know.
No, that's awesome that you guys were able to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then from there we moved to LA.
Okay.
So yeah, that was like kind of transition for us.
So when you came to United States,
I
were
went to
based
New York.
in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference between LA and New York? I mean, not the difference, but on the entertainment business.
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I think they have, I mean, the way people treat the business is kind of different. I think here people are nicer, and then but they might be lying to you and not being upfront, or being condescending. And there they might tell you like, I don't care, get away from here. I don't about your project, right? So it's tough, but you don't waste your time, right? There is a lot of indie, I think there's a bigger indie industry in there, because over there, because the city, well, let me say bigger in proportion of the cities, not in amount of people, right? Because New York is very, very easy to shoot versus LA. Like, I don't need to pay a penny, like if I'm shooting on the streets in New York, unless, you know, I need to just block a street.
Yeah, okay.
Like here, I take my camera from A to B, and I need to pay $1,000 at least for permits.
Yeah.
I need to ask for a permit if I want to shoot in my own house. In New York, it's like, you can shoot a whole movie with a permit that's costing you $400.
Wow.
And that's it. And sometimes you don't even have to just get that permit, right? So people see you on the streets like shooting. They are the best background because they're so used to. They don't care. They don't look at the camera. So I think it's more friendly to shoot in the indie world. Whereas I think here, like the studios and like the big industry is more appealing. I would say there is more, you know. So, but I think again, this is my personal experience with the networking that I was able to do and the connections that I had. But yeah, I think just like the cities both have their pros and cons.
Yeah. So what is next for you? What are you doing now?
Well, we are hopefully we're shooting a movie, a romantic comedy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and this is a movie that we already shot a portion. It's happening between Mexico and New York.
Okay.
And we shot the Mexican portion already. And
you guys shot when you were on pandemic?
We shot no.
Oh, okay.
We shot a little bit before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we're missing the part in New York, and hopefully it has to be like end of summer, fall.
Oh, okay.
So we're planning towards those dates.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and
that's
hopefully
awesome.
we'll have another premiere next year, hopefully.
Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome, and I'm so happy that that you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're trying. I mean, you have to try.
Of course.
That's like the whole, going back to the short film, like the whole message of the short film was like, you have to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Believe in the impossible and believe every day, because otherwise, if you don't, it's like
monotone, it's just like
yeah, if you do, nothing happens if you don't believe, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe like 24/7.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And it just, you talking about that is just so incredible, because sometimes we don't think about it, Sometimes it's just like, you just go through life just like that.
Yeah, you go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, today this happened, today like, and you're like walking in life by accident, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, like, and I think that's, and I also put that message out there because it's a reminder for me, believing, especially when we're like in this industry, we're artists, that nothing is concrete, nothing is set on stone. So believing becomes like, hard sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like in the film, this mom is, teaching the kid to believe no matter what.
Yeah.
And of course, the kid does it better than her, because kids can believe.
I know.
They believe better, like easier.
Well,
like
because kids are so innocent.
Yeah,
so
and it's just like you tell them, an astronaut is coming today, and they hold on to that belief.
Yeah.
No matter if you tell him that's not true or that's impossible.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, of course, Buzz Lightyear is here. And they find a way.
Yeah.
But we don't. We lose that as we
grow older.
Yeah,
that is so true. So where do you see yourself like in 5 years?
I don't know. I think I just want to be happy and fulfilled with whatever I'm doing, and I just want to have the opportunity to film more movies and series, and just to be on set more often.
That's so cool. Yeah. That is really cool,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And let life surprise me.
No, that's so cool. So can you tell your followers where they can find you on social media so they can follow you?
So on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, but like my main social media network is Instagram at Zair Montes. And that's the same for Twitter, and TikTok is at Zair Montes G.
G, where does the G come from?
Garcia. Because somebody had taken Zair Montes already. So.
I know, right? You're like, oh, why?
But, Instagram, Zair Montes.
Okay, there you go, you guys. So you can follow her. You can see all the amazing things that she's doing, because she's such a talented young actress, writer, and producer. Even though you think that you're not a good writer, or that you don't believe that you're a writer, but you are, because you already had 3 movies, and so I think it's just amazing. So
thank you.
Yeah. So anything you want to tell your fans?
Well, thank you for this space. This is amazing. Yes. What you do is beautiful, because you give us, this window to
absolutely.
To
and this is what I love,
Yeah. And it's amazing. So thank you. Thank
you
for the
my
invitation.
Pleasure.
And what can I say? Believe in yourself. 24/7, or try. And I hope I can see you around on my social media, and I'll let you know when the short film is out there in the next festival, or out there in the social media or in other platforms.
And also you're gonna provide us with a trailer, right? So we can put
yes,
it in this
of
this
course,
show. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming. We really
you.
appreciate it. And so we hope the best for you because you're such a great soul.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm Norma Vocal from LA Spectacular, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I love you guys. Bye.